1, we'll call to order the Community Development, Community Services, Housing, and Public Safety Committee meeting. And we'll have a roll call, please, posted of the agenda, and then Mayor, if you would lead us in a flag salute. And also after the flag salute, I would ask that we would pause in silence for the horrific crimes that have occurred in both Georgia and Colorado in the last week and a half, and send our warm thoughts to all those victims and people affected by that. So, Madam Clerk, the roll call, please.
Councilmember Madrigal.
No, I think.
Here.
Mayor Zaragoza.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem McDonald.
Here.
The agenda for this meeting was posted in the City Hall kiosk on Tuesday, March 16th.
Thank you, Mayor, if you'd be so kind.
Yes, please follow me in saluting our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Public comments on items not on the agenda. The only speaker I have is Bert Perello, and I don't know if he's available or not, Madam Clerk.
I don't think you can.
He will not be speaking, Chair McDonald.
Okay, thank you very much. That will take us to C1, approval of the minutes. And Madam Clerk, I do have a comment on the minutes.
Yes.
On page 2, under item D2, the Public Works Department, it shows update on Parks and Recreation Master Plan. And the recommendation was that the committee receive an update on the draft Parks and Rec Plan. And then later on, right above letter E, it says committee received an update, directed staff to forward item to council for consideration, semicolon, no action taken. My concern is that us directing staff to forward the item to council for consideration is an action. So we either need a motion and a second and a vote, or that statement would be incorrect. So we need to figure out some way to fix that, I believe.
I will review the meeting minutes and revise the minutes so that they are so that they correctly state the action taken by the committee.
So Mayor Pro Tem, Connie, City Attorney, do we then reschedule the minutes, or?
No, you could,
With the corrections?
no, my recommendation would be that the committee approve the minutes with that one change.
Okay, so move the minutes with the change.
Okay, do we have a second?
Okay.
Okay, I'll second it. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Zaragoza.
Yes.
Chair McDonald.
Yes.
It's Oscar.
I think Councilmember, I was gonna say, I think Councilmember Madrigal is here. He just,
Aye.
hopefully he's okay. Aye.
No, I'm good.
Thank you. Motion passes 3-0.
Okay, thank you very much. That will take us to item D1, agreement for animal safety services with Ventura County Animal Services. And we do have Chief Benitez here, Commander Arnett here, Commander Schadinger, and also, I believe, Donna Gillespie, the Deputy Director of Animal Control Services. So do the committee members have any questions of any of the persons present?
So, Mr. Chair, so this is a 5-year agreement, is that correct? And we're in the second year, Chief, or who's?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
So it's a 5-year, and it's two. It increased. I thought I put the number down. I don't have it in front of me, but an increase a certain percentage, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're okay with that. It's just, what is it, a 5% or 3% increase every year? I can't recall without. I thought I had my notes here, but I missed them.
It's a 6.6% increase from the previous year.
Yes, thank you, Chief.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Councilmember Madrigal, any questions?
Yes, I have a quick question. As far as services go, I know that, what Mayor was bringing up as far as financing the increase, but realistically, how much are we saving by going with the county instead of doing this in-house?
Councilman, I believe that there was a study that was conducted several years ago. I don't know exactly how many years ago, but at the conclusion of that study, it was going to cost about the same amount, if not more, for Oxnard to have our own shelter or to be able to operate our own shelter in Oxnard.
Okay, no, thank you very much. And then one last question, just simply because of, I know the price tag, some residents may be upset, but I was on council maybe a few years ago where, Oxnard does take into account about 35–40% of all animal services cases in the county, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that sounds about right.
About 37% for the last 3-year weighted average.
37.26, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, no, thank you very much.
Well,
Okay. I'm sorry. Councilmember, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. The recommendation is that the Community Services, Public Safety, and Economic Development Committee recommend that City Council approve a budget appropriation with a total cost projection in the amount of $2,479,135.18 and authorize the mayor to sign a service level request for fiscal year 21-22 for the second year of a 5-year agreement, A8151, with the County of Ventura to provide the animal safety services. What's the pleasure of the committee?
So move.
Move recommended action.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mayor, a second by the mayor, and a motion by Councilmember Madrigal. Madam Clerk, the roll call, please.
Councilmember Madrigal,
Aye.
Mayor Zaragoza,
Aye.
Chair McDonald.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 3-0.
Okay, let me get back to my other screen here. That takes us to item D2, which is the 5-year public housing agreement plan, annual agency plan and capital fund program. And I do believe we have a public speaker on this, Ms. Pat Brown.
Yes, we do.
And this is a public hearing too. Do we open the public hearing?
It's not a public hearing.
Oh,
it's-
no?
Yeah.
Item A, oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw one public hearing.
Sorry, it's to recommend that the city council
Ah.
hold that public hearing at their next meeting.
Thank you. Mhm.
Ms. Pat Brown? Ms. Brown, you may unmute by pressing *6. Pat Brown? Please unmute by pressing *6.
This is Pat Brown.
Yes, thank you. You have 3 minutes to speak.
Thank you. I am wondering about the low-income public housing that we're going to be putting in downtown Oxnard. And it seemed like we had some plans together, and there was a fellow that was in one of the meetings who said that he could bring all the requests to action, and we would have a lot of wonderful housing. This would have been near Mita and 4th Street. And in just south of 5th. Here's the problem is that then I heard something else in another meeting, and it sounded like they were changing everything. any plans or anything, and funding for any programs as such. And I was wondering if there could be a meeting coming up that you could discuss this so that I will know, and all of the residents in my neighborhood who watch the city council meeting would know exactly what's going to be happening and what to expect. Many of the residents, especially those north of the Royal Palms Mobile Home Park, around 6th Street and 7th Street, in their multifamily housing complexes, they are very concerned about having these people who have been living on the street, and now all of a sudden we're going to get this built, and it's right next door to them, and they're going to be basically just hanging around. And instead of going and getting jobs and doing things, you know, like normal people do, they're going to be out there just messing around all day. And we have enough of it because of the home for the men also on Vita Street, just south of there, between 6th and 7th. So we've got some real problems, and we need to have some meetings and discuss this. And I know we can't do it in person because of the COVID, but could we have some on the phone or something? It just seems like we're losing our opportunity to express our attitudes and thoughts on this subject and our concerns. And also, we don't have any parks in my neighborhood, and we've got all of this multifamily housing, and so we know that all these people want to hang around a park. Well, if they put a park area in next to one of these buildings, the park is
Your
going to
time
have to
is
be
up.
fenced off, or it'll just be homeless people living.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ramirez. I'll ask you to respond, or if you have any response to that. But prior to saying anything, I have to apologize to Assistant Chief Schedinger for a momentary lapse of sanity and referring to her as a commander. So, Chief, I apologize for that faux pas.
Perfectly okay. Titles don't mean much. It's the person behind it, and I know you meant well.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Ramirez, any response, please?
Responding to the public comment, first of all, that potential development of affordable housing is off topic. That would not be a public housing site. It would not be part of the capital fund or the 5-year agency plan that we're presenting today. However, per her comments, I'm happy to schedule a community meeting, discuss the potential affordable housing that might get developed on that site.
Thank you, sir. Do the committee members have any questions or comments?
So this, Mr. Chair.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Madrigal?
No questions on my part.
Okay, Mayor?
So, Mr. Chairman, this is the question I have. So this is the second year of 5-year report. Is that correct, Mr. Ramirez?
That's correct, sir.
So we have to do it every single year to report to HUD, and that's a requirement, right?
We are required to adopt a 5-year plan, and then every year of those 5 years, we present a budget of the annual allocation of the capital fund, and that's what this is doing.
Okay, so the CFP. Okay,
Right.
thank you. Thank you. Mhm.
Okay, the recommendation is that the Community Services, Public Safety, Housing, and Economic Development Committee recommend that the Housing Authority of the City of Oxnard, 1, hold a public hearing to receive comments concerning the second year of the 5-year PHA plan, the 2021 CFP budget, and the CFP budget 5-year action plan, and 2, adopt a resolution including A, approving the 2021 annual agency plan, 5-year plan, or 5-year PHA plan for the Housing Authority. B, authorizing and directing the chairman to execute the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, Public Housing Agency Certification Compliance Form, certifying the Housing Authority's compliance with HUD's policies and procedures. C, authorizing the housing director to execute and submit all reports, documents, and all other certifications required to comply with HUD's policies and procedures regarding the annual agency plan and the 5-year PHA plan. D, approving the 2021 CFP budget and CFP 5-year action plan. And E, authorizing the housing director to accept and expend the funds as indicated in the 2021 CFP budget and CFP 5-year action plan. I'm gonna start working out again. I'm out of breath after all that. So, what's the pleasure of the committee?
So moved.
A second.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we have a motion and a second. A roll call, please.
Mayor Zaragoza,
Yes.
Councilmember Madrigal,
Yes.
Chair McDonald.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you, council members.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, that takes us to item E. Items for future agendas. Does the council or do the members have any future agenda items they'd like to bring forth?
Not today.
Mayor?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, Madam Clerk, with that being said, we have nothing further in the way of business for tonight's meeting, and we will declare that this meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.